Hello and welcome to Friday's Knots Today with me, Mark Dennison. Nearly the weekend. Before we get there, here's what's on today's show for you. Firstly, we'll be taking an even deeper dive into the discovery of a First World War ship wreckage named after our city. You'll be hearing from one of the diving team who rediscovered HMS Nottingham 108 years after she sank to the bottom of the North Sea.
And then this ship height, battleship, cruiser, warship shape just started appearing on the laptop screen, and I mean I couldn't believe it. People have looked for this wreck for like quarter of a century, and we managed to find it.
More on that in just a moment. Plus, staying with local history, we'll be meeting the local historian frustrated after losing the keys to a city cave. Janine Tanner thought she'd been given custody over some caves in Dennison, but has had them taken away by the City Council. She'll be joining us shortly to tell us why she's now frustrated with the authority. Plus, with the government launching an overhaul of the water industry, we've been asking people whether they think they get value for money for their household bills.
It's expensive now, it didn't used to be. Last year it wasn't so expensive. Bills have shot up a lot this year.
And later on, we'll be meeting the winner of this year's Nottingham Drag Pageant to look ahead to Pride tomorrow. Climax returns to our sofa weeks after winning Nottingham's crown to talk about what it meant, but also to give you a preview for Saturday as well. In cricket, hearing from Nottinghamshire as they continue their county championship clash with Hampshire.
I knew it was going to be tough work, especially with the Kookaburra as well, but it's obviously a good challenge as well. I just felt like that pitch today was obviously tough to bowl on. Just try to hit the pitch as hard as I could to try and get something out of it.
So all of that and loads more coming up on the programme. But firstly, last week you might remember us telling the story of local historian Janine Tanner, who'd expressed her excitement at being able to look after and restore some old caves in Dennison. Well, after telling her story last week, she's had those keys to the caves taken from her by Nottingham City Council. The Labour-run authority says the decision to give the keys was made in error. But Janine says she's been left very angry and upset. She joins us now to tell us more about this. Thanks for coming in, Janine. What on earth's been going on?
Well, they gave me the keys and basically the green light to clean the caves and make them look lovely for people to come and have a look at. And then without warning, I got a phone call saying, oh, the keys should never have been given to you and we've changed all the locks. So,
and that happened on Tuesday this week?
On Tuesday, yes.
Any inkling that that was going to happen?
None at all. I was on my way to the caves to do another sweep up when I got the phone call.
OK. And you and other people have been doing this. We should underline this. This is all voluntary.
Yes, it's all voluntary. We don't get any funding. We don't get any payment or anything for doing this. It's all, you know, just totally free of charge on our behalf because we love doing what we do. And how long have you had the keys for? How long have you been working on them? I actually had the keys for about 3 weeks, and in that time I'd been to the caves about 3 or 4 times to just literally clean up the outside of the caves, make sure that they look nice and tidy and clean, got rid of some of the weeds and just basically made sure it looked clean and tidy for anyone to come and have a look at as they walk past through the fence.
Yeah. Not just in these last 3 weeks, but over a period of time when you and other volunteers have been doing your thing with the caves, Janine. How much time and effort and energy do you think you've put into it?
I mean, 3 weeks isn't a long enough time to actually get, you know, a lot done at the caves, but it's also to do with what I was hoping to do with the caves as well. You know, I'd hoped to get a blue plaque for the caves. I was going to look into that. I was going to look into perhaps getting some lights so that when they did the museum's light night, I could light up the caves for the Dennison residents to come and have a look at. I had all these ambitions for you know, making it a big part of the Dennison community, and I had a lot of the Dennison residents on my side being really excited that they wanted to come and join us. A lot of them offering to come and volunteer with us to help clean the caves up, and it's just all gone, and it's really frustrating, and I feel disappointed that now that the caves are not being looked after, they're going to end up being overgrown again.
So what happened in this phone call? Was it literally someone that you didn't know say, oh, we're really sorry, Janine, we've made a mistake, we shouldn't have given you the keys. And that was it?
Yes.
No more explanation than that?
Nothing. It was just, we've given you the keys, we shouldn't have given you the keys, and we've changed all the locks.
Right.
And you know, that was literally that. And I said, well, my tools are inside. And they said, well, we'll drop them off to you on Friday. And I said, you've broken my brand new padlock that the council told me to put on, which has cost a lot of money. And they said, well, we'll give you another padlock. So it's left me very angry and upset that they've literally taken this decision without involving me. That I wasn't able to get my tools back. I wasn't able to get my money back for the padlock. They've just gone in there and gone, right, it's back ours again. It's nothing to do with you now.
I mean, we don't know what the council are going to do and really why they've taken this decision. If they came back to you and said, we're sorry, we've made a mistake, so we'd actually like you to look after it, would you do that?
If I received an apology, yes, I would, because it's important to make sure that the history is looked after. It's important to make sure those caves are looked after. You know, I know that, there's certain, rules and regulations within the council which means that the caves can't be used for anything. But just to keep them clean and tidy, that was my only intention.
Janine, thanks for coming in. I do have a statement from the council who say, it appears the keys to one of the caves were handed over in error. We're currently reviewing how that happened. The council is responsible for managing and maintaining these caves, many of which are sensitive heritage assets requiring specialist oversight to ensure their safety and protection. We do appreciate everyone's enthusiasm and want to ensure that any involvement from volunteers or community is properly supported, safe and appropriate for such sites. Staying with history now, and teams behind a deep water dive that uncovered the wreckage of a sunken First World War ship named after our city have revealed more about the complex operation to uncover the vessel. HMS Nottingham was discovered at the bottom of the North Sea 109 years after it was torpedoed by the Germans in 1916. The story made international headlines this week when a team of Project Explore divers found the wreck, and Chris Breeze has been speaking to one of them to learn more about the operation.
38 men lost their lives when HMS Nottingham sank to the bottom of the North Sea on Saturday, August 19th, 1916. The youngest was just 18. Only 3 bodies were recovered and given a proper funeral. Over the next 108 years, the battlecruiser, sunk by a German U-boat torpedo, would lay lost. The mystery would go on so long, it would become the last British ship of its type from the First World War to still be missing. The waves finally gave up the secret this week, thanks to this team of experts. Project Explore brings divers together from across Europe to find and protect shipwrecks. They spent months researching ship's logs, telegrams and charts before producing this crucial sonar image.
And then this ship-like battleship, cruiser, warship shape just started appearing on the laptop screen. And I mean, I couldn't believe it. I was like, no way. No way. People have looked for this wreck for like a quarter of a century, and we managed to find it.
Then earlier this week, a technical and difficult dive down 85 metres to the bottom of the North Sea. The wreck is remarkably intact. The guns, wooden decking and even Royal Navy dinner plates still in place.
I've never felt like that, like anything like that before in the past, but there was a real connection instantly to the people that lost their lives on the day, in August 1916. So, although we were super excited as a team, it just instantly took you back to the folks that lost their lives, 38 people that died that day.
Named after the city of Nottingham, the discovery of the ship has made international headlines and renewed interest in its history. At St Mary's Church in Nottingham, an ensign flag flown by the ship at the Battle of Jutland just months before the sinking is still on display. Volunteers who look after the ensign, presented to the city by the Navy after the engagement, say they are delighted the story is being retold.
We now know the ship was sunk, we now know where it is, and this is one of the few things that remains on land that we can see to remind us of the Nottingham, because the ship is now at the bottom of the sea. We'll see photographs of it, but you can come and physically see the Union Jack that flew on her some months before she sank.
HMS Nottingham's sacrifice was not in vain. Historians agree the Navy's dominance of the North Sea and blockade in the face of German U-boat attacks stifled the enemy's progress. The conflict was finally to end 2 years after the ship was lost. Chris Breeze for Knots TV.
Fascinating stuff. In other Knots news, Severn Trent Water says repairs to a collapsed underground pipe that's caused major Nottingham Road to close will be complex. A section of Upper Parliament Street closed on Wednesday after the water provider discovered the collapsed sewer pipe underneath the road with concerns it could turn into a sinkhole. The road remained shut on Thursday and Friday, causing significant delays and disruption through the city centre. In a statement, Severn Trent says it's got teams on site assessing the issue and will get the road open as soon as it can. And a fifth person has been charged following a street fight in Nottingham. An investigation has been underway since July the 2nd, when violent disorder broke out on Alverton Road, with several people involved in a fight just before midnight when metal poles and glass bottles were used. 7 people were initially arrested, with 4 people charged. Now, a fifth suspect, 43-year-old Amina Farley from Ellesmere Port in Cheshire, has appeared in Nottingham Magistrates Court charged with violent disorder and robbery. Time for a short break now. When we come back, we'll be looking ahead to this weekend's Pride by catching up with the winner of this year's 2025 Drag Pageant Climax, the reunion we've all been waiting for. We've got that and all of your sport in time for the weekend coming up in just moments from now. Hello and welcome back to Friday's show with me, Climark. Thanks for joining us. That will become clear in just a minute, by the way. Here's what's happening in Knots today. Firstly, there is uncertainty over how Knots NHS services will be affected by planned £280 million savings. The National Health Service plans to make cuts to its budgets across the country, with about £282 million in savings needed across Nottingham and Nottinghamshire Integrated Care Board in the current financial year. Measures include reducing patients' medication use and disposing of assets, but councillors voice concerns. Some of the other planned savings are vague, with no concrete examples of where the money will be saved. Next, and details for this year's Knots Pride have been confirmed as the city prepares to turn colourful on Saturday. The event returns to Sneinton Market for a second year, with huge crowds similar to last year's 10,000 strong figure expected. There are going to be bars, stages, a lineup of street food vendors and the annual parade, which starts in Listergate and ends in Sneinton. Plus countless Hockley venues will be running events, and Mansfield girl group Girl Band will be headlining musical festivities at Sneinton Market. And another of the artists due to take to the stage is my next guest. You might remember through April, May and June, we caught up with the competitors in this year's Nottingham Drag Pageant to find out who had secured the crown this year. The final took place last month and was won by Climax, who joined me on the sofa to discuss her act as the final performer in the series. She joins me now to look ahead to the weekend and also to reunite with Climark. Good to see you again.
Hello.
So you christened me Climark last time.
I did.
And that's stuck. Everyone calls me that now.
I've heard about this, and now I don't know what I've started.
Well, what you've started is a beautiful thing.
Okay.
I don't mind being called this at all.
All right.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you very much.
So is this the crown that you...
This is the crown that I won from the pageant, not to be confused with the crown I won in the other competition.
Well, I was going to say, because you were talking when you came in that you had won another crown as well.
Yeah.
And I remember you saying that maybe you could wear both at the same time. Mm-hmm. Have you tried them both on?
I have tried them both on.
In the privacy of your own...
In the privacy, yeah, the privacy of my boudoir.
What did you have to do? What was your act that won over the judges then at the pageant?
It was better than everybody else's.
That's
why I
clearly.
won. No, I'm kidding. Everyone was great. I did Diamonds Are Forever by Shirley Bassey.
Yep.
It's a very similar look to what I wore on the pageant, branding, very important. It was sort of diamonds just sort of dripping off of me, diamonds coming out of like a glass of champagne and tearing diamonds off of me, and there was a big projection screen at the back with all these visuals that I made with my friend called Rosacea Cheeks. Kisses. Yeah, and then I did that, and then there was a lip sync smackdown, like I mentioned, and I lip synced to Kiss by Prince against Tok Badard,
Yeah.
Dabard. And then I lip synced to Bad Romance by Lady Gaga with Santina Delore. So we were the top two.
When they announced your name as the winner, how did that feel?
It was very great. It felt very warm, I guess, like nice, because all my family was there. It was the first time a lot of my family got to like see me properly perform.
Yeah.
So it was very full circle.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Were you really surprised? Did you have a little inkling you might be the winner? Were you
I don't
feeling
think you
confident?
should do a competition if you don't think you're going to win. I think that there's certain television shows which can get you a lot of exposure, which is great. And everybody should have exposure and everybody should do drag for however they want to do it. But I think competitions are to be won. And I respect a lot. I mean, I respect all drag, but I think that it's so fun competing against people who like really want to win.
Yeah.
Because then I'm like, oh, maybe I won't.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, good. You know, last time, as we mentioned, you christened me Climark.
Yes, I did.
There has been talk of you giving me a little bit of a drag makeover.
There has. This was not from my mouth, but I am willing to do it.
Shall I join you on
Come
the
and
sofa?
sit on the sofa, Mark.
Okay.
I'll call you Climark when you've got lipstick on.
if you don't mind.
You don't have any lipstick on yet.
Right.
Now.
So what does this involve?
Okay, the Climax signature is a red lip. Red lip.
Yes.
A mole. A mole.
Right.
A mole. A mole.
Okay. Yep. So that's what I'm going to get.
There's one more thing,
Oh.
but you'll have to wait
Why,
and see.
why do I suddenly feel nervous
Don't be
about this?
scared.
I'm not scared.
Ready?
So lips first. Okay, while you do this, tell us what you're going to be doing at Pride.
Okay, I'm going
What
to
do I do, by the way? Pout?
Just relax. Just calm down.
All right.
You're all right. Mummy's here.
I'm going to relax.
This is very easy to get off.
You say that.
I'm lying.
What is...
Just all right. It's my turn to talk now. How long have you done drag for, Mark?
Approximately 30 seconds.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
I can tell.
And
Pride. Let me
yeah.
talk about Pride. There we are. Red lip, classic. So I'll be performing in between 3:30 and 4:30
Yep.
in Sneinton Market, which I've recently learned how to pronounce. Hosted by Liv. I'll be performing with Artie Baby, she's on before me, and Lou Jane, previous winners of the pageant, incredible drag artists.
back to my face.
Back to your face.
Yep.
Moles, very important. One above the right. Which one's your right eye?
This one.
That one.
Yeah.
So we do one above the right eye.
Okay. Is this the permanent pen now that you're using?
This is Sharpie, yeah.
Yeah, excellent.
This is actually a tattoo pen.
Oh,
it's a sticker pen.
brilliant.
And then one on the cheek just there. So that's two parts of the Climax signature.
Right.
The final part, I think you can imagine. It's always a crown.
Yes! So this is the crown that you won.
At the Next Drag Superstar.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Careful! I'm kidding. Now I can see you brought your own wig, so we'll just put the crown straight on the top.
thank you. Oh,
You're gonna have to hold it. She's a bit wobbly.
How's that?
You look brilliant.
Oh,
Let's
thank
ask
you very
the audience.
How's that?
Absolutely fab, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I christen thee Climark.
Well, bless you.
Officially.
Oh, I feel like this is the new me.
I think so too. The new you may reigneth.
And what are these two titles going to do for you?
Lots
and
of
what's
drag.
next for you?
Shows.
Yeah.
Anywhere I can get them. Making my own show at the minute. It's currently called Hold Out Your Hand, which is like a theatre show, more of like an experience than like a cabaret kind of thing.
Okay, we'll look out for that.
Yeah, it'll be in London.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me
And congratulations
again.
once
Thank you
again.
so
And thanks for the red lips.
No,
Seamlessly, I'm now going to make my way
you go back over there. I'll wait over here.
All right. Okay. Moving on now, and earlier this week, we go from drag to water bills. The government announced water regulator Ofwat will be abolished as part of an overhaul of what it describes as the country's broken water industry. Ministers say firms have been fleecing the public under a regulatory system that let them get away with it, leading to higher bills and continuing price hikes, as well as regular incidences of sewage being pumped into waterways. So this week we've been out into Nottingham to ask whether people feel like they get value for money for their water and other utility bills.
It seems to be expensive, I know that. So somehow it's come like lower. It's really appreciate. So make your survey something positive.
It's expensive now. It didn't used to be. Last year it wasn't so expensive. Bills have shot up a lot this year. So every time a bill comes on, it's a lot. So you have to earn a lot to pay a lot.
It seems to be expensive. Moreover, we have to pay other taxes and council bills and other necessary payment, other part of living expenses.
I think it's ridiculous, the amount. I think if you're renting or buying, I think the water should be included. I think all household bills should be included in your mortgage or rent bill. I think doing these tariffs, different network companies, that's what's charging the bill.
Time for your sport now, and we'll start with some cricket. Nottinghamshire, who were playing the final day of their county championship match with Hampshire. The hosts started the day trailing Notts by 211 runs with 4 wickets remaining, with Notts securing 6 wickets through Thursday. We'll have the full result for you on Monday. But speaking after day 3, fast bowler Josh Tongue said it was a slow and hard-fought day.
Obviously, I was keeping track of the game coming down here yesterday, and obviously LJ batted brilliantly, obviously getting up to a good score. I knew it was going to be tough work, especially with the Kookaburra as well, but it's obviously a good challenge as well. I just felt like that pitch today was obviously tough to bowl on. Just try to hit the pitch as hard as I could to try and get something out of it. I think it's just dry, it's quite a dry surface as well, so I think getting the balls in the right areas of the spinner is going to make the ball, obviously some of the balls at the end then, obviously spat at a good length.
Football, and both Nottingham clubs have pre-season fixtures to play this weekend, including Notts, who welcome Cardiff to Meadow Lane. The Pies will launch their new home kit in front of their crowd as they welcome the Welsh League One side to Meadow Lane at 3 o'clock on Saturday. It'll be the first time the Magpies crowd will get to watch the side at home under the new head coach Martin Patterson, who's had a mixed start to pre-season so far. Forest are also in action tomorrow when they take on fellow Premier League side Fulham in Portugal. Nuno's side will take on fellow Portuguese boss Marco Silva's Fulham in a 8 p.m. kick-off in Faro. The match is the Reds' third pre-season friendly, having already played out goalless draws against Chesterfield and Monaco. After Fulham, they've got a friendly with Estoril Praia in Albufeira on Wednesday night before returning to England next weekend when they play Birmingham. And here is your picture of the day. Have a look at this beautiful shot of some signets at Newstead Abbey. This one from Helen Green. Don't forget you can tag us on socials, Notts_TV, to get your lovely pics on the telly. As for the weekend weather forecast, it's been pretty warm today, lots of sunshine. We reached a high of 26 degrees earlier on, lows of 16 Celsius overnight. Saturday, it's going to be rather grey and cloudy actually, temperatures down a little bit, 23 tomorrow's high. 13 the low on Saturday night, staying dry as well. Sunday, temperatures coming down again, highs of 21 and lows of 14 degrees. It's pretty much the end of the show. Thanks to all of our great guests, particularly Climax for giving me the makeover. Owl's here on Monday, maybe with lipstick, maybe not. Have a nice weekend in the meantime. Bye-bye.